cameras on. We are, like I said, I'm gonna say it again, we're packing a lot of information into the next 50 minutes. So make sure that you have out pen and paper so that we can make sure that you're not just, it's one thing, y'all, to just hear it and have the call playing and then you're not really like taking everything in versus actually writing things down, circling the things that you want to apply to your business right then and there, circling the things that you have questions about, whatever the case may be, so that you can actually apply these things to your business so that we can hit all these targets, hit all these goals that we have for the month. And like Nakia just said, note takers are money makers, learners are earners. Do what you got to do. It's a simple task like taking notes and showing up for yourself. My favorite thing to say, y'all, is if you're going to show up 100%. Don't just show up to have your camera on. Don't just show up to have your name in the Zoom box. If you're going to show up, come into Herbalife and get everything that you came in here for. So with that being said, my name is Annie Buffins. I'm definitely going to have to introduce myself because we got a lot of people on here who have no clue who I am. My name is Annie Buffins, current Global Expansion Team 2,500 member. That is going to be changing very, very soon because the team is just going crazy. And what that means is that if I'm changing and I'm giving y'all the tips and tools and resources and everything, that means that you can do it too. Your level can change too. So I've actually been in the business now for 4 years and some change, on the products for 5 years. My personal product result is being down 25 pounds, up 24 pounds of lean muscle. Heck of a lot of energy. And most importantly, my mental transformation is my absolute favorite transformation in this business. Herbalife introduced me to personal development and it forever changed my life. So that's just a little bit about me. Y'all, I personally want to kind of like, for those of you who've never heard my story before, I want to like backtrack and take you through my story real quick and kind of teach you a couple of lessons throughout my story. So I told y'all that I started the business 4 years ago, right? And 4 years ago, I was just somebody who was loving the products. I actually did not know that there was a business attached to the products. I personally, and I don't share this often, but I personally tried a couple of other products before I even found Herbalife. And Herbalife was the only thing that I was like, and the reason why I tell y'all this part is just because you see one of your friends using another product or just because you see somebody on Instagram using another product doesn't mean that you can't reach out to them. Doesn't mean that they don't need the lift off. Doesn't mean that they don't need the rebuild strength. Okay, because I was somebody who was using a detox tea, I was using a freaking Avocare shakes, and they were all disgusting, but I was using them until I found Herbalife. I was like, okay, like this is something I can actually use. I wasn't getting no results with the other stuff. Actually, I'm pretty sure that detox tea was ripping the lining out of my stomach on a whole nother level. But moral of my story is, y'all don't make assumptions about people when y'all going out and talk to people, because I was that person who was like, all right, I'll try one more thing. 4 years later, here we are. So actually 5 years later, here we are. So I initially just wanted to get a result on the products. I had no idea that there was a business opportunity attached to it. And when I was presented with the business opportunity, I was like, absolutely yes. Like, where do I sign up? And I didn't have a whole bunch of money. Another thing, don't make assumptions about people and what they're going to take serious or what they're going to do with their money. People spend money with where they see value at. I seen value in the Herbalife business. I seen the people on Instagram doing the do. Okay. I didn't have money. I actually spent my last signing up. At the very time of me signing up as an Herbalife distributor, the only income that I had at the time was me babysitting these kids, these crazy kids, a 6-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 2-year-old. And I babysat them Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. for $200 a week. You never know what people can do with the opportunity if you just present it to them. That's your only job, is to bring, and this is everybody. I don't care if this is your first week as a distributor or second week. You have the power and you have the ability to sign someone up and give them the opportunity. So don't hold back on that while waiting for you to feel like you got it all together. Newsflash, you will never have it all together. I learned something in Herbalife every single day. I still seek mentorship every single day, every single week, every single month. Like, you're never going to have it all together. You might as well just enjoy the process, fall in love with the journey, and learn as you go. But back to my story. So I actually started the business. At the time, it was $64 to sign up. There was no such thing as preferred members, y'all. Herbalife has evolved a lot. I signed up, I got a distributor package, and the person who originally signed me up didn't really know what they were doing in the business. They actually didn't know the business at all. All they knew was products in retail. They didn't know wholesaler royalties, anything like that. So I actually taught myself how to get to supervisor, taught myself how to get to all the different levels, literally just with the books and myherbalife.com. Oh, and I called them a couple of times too. So if you have someone who's checking on you, if you have a sponsor, if you got a document, if you were added into a team chat, if you are already knowing more than I knew in my first 9 months in the business. So there's no reason why you can't take the information that you have and go run off with it. I'm gonna say that again. If you were added to a team chat, got a document, have someone calling you saying, hey, sweetie, do you need anything? Do you need any help with anything? You need any support? You have more than I had my first 9 months in the business. And I got to supervisor the 4,000 way. It's all about using, wearing, talking, and learning. I like to add the learning part because we have so many different ways to learn in this business. 9 months into the business is actually when my sponsor now, my direct upline now, Stephen Crawford, Mill 7.5, reached out to me and gave me the opportunity and told me to go to events and told me to get on the calls and everything like that. And I was super reluctant to everything that he was saying. Tip here is to be patient with yourself and be patient with other people. And what I mean by that is I can scroll through these names right now and probably find somebody who I invited to a HOM, not just once, not just 2 times, not just 3 times, but 4 or 5 times before. I hope that Sydney and Ashley are on, because those are some people. I invited them to an SCS. I invited them to a few HOMs. I'm like, get on the call, get on the call. It's not taking anything out of you to send an invite link one more time. You never know how that person is feeling that day or what that can do. Oh yeah, Cassia never texts me back. There we go, boom. Be patient with people. Cassia is now a world team member in our organization. And she was a client who wasn't texting me back. I'm gonna say that again. Cassia is now a world team member in our organization, about to be an active world team member. And she was a client who I had a whole bunch of blue messages to. Be patient with people. You never know what they're going through. You never know what text message is going to wake them up. You never know. You never know. And I was actually someone who was invited to the business over and over and over again, invited to get on the calls, invited to go to the events. And I didn't go until I was ready to. But let me tell y'all something, what you can do while those people are doing that. While people are in their whatever, where they're at in their mental space, and that's okay. You get to do the following things. Become a better person. Become a better sponsor. Become a better coach. Become a better person who shows up. Become better at showing up. Learn more. Because to be completely honest, maybe you're not even ready for that person right now. God don't make no mistakes. I believe that Cassia texted me back when Cassia was supposed to text me back. You know how different I was a coach was probably by the time she texted me back? I was a much better leader. I was a much better person overall. So those are the things that you can focus on while people are not texting you back, while the DM dives are not getting replied back. You know what it is? It's practice. It's practice on yourself. It's practice on patience on yourself. And it's practice on you actually learning how to do your business better. So those are a couple of things that you could do while someone's not texting you back or not showing up or blah, 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 because that's exactly what happened. So when I was ready to fully show up in my business, my sponsor was right there what's up? After going to my first event, the next month I decided, and for those of you who don't know, Steven is actually all the way in California. So anyone who's not near their sponsor right now, that don't matter. Don't think that you can't set up someone either that's in another state or another country or whatever the case may be. Steven still doesn't live down the street from me. 4 years in the business. What happened was, though, the calls are powerful. The events are powerful. All those different things that we get to learn are powerful. And then if you have the opportunity to, I will tell y'all the truth. I was 21, I think. Yeah, I was 21. And he said, hey, there's an event out here. I've never been to California before. There's an event out here in California. Can you make it? And I said, I can figure it out. And I retailed my plane ticket and I got out there. I found someone to stay with while I was out there. And I showed up all the way to an event in California by myself because I was hungry for it. So y'all get to really ask yourself, like, how much effort are you really putting into your goals right now? At that time, my goal was to go full-time with Herbalife. I had to be around the fire. I had to learn things. I had to ask a lot of questions. So I showed up all the way in California to go meet him. Then 3 months later, again, showed up in California again to just be around the fire, to just be around the flames. And I took it back to Atlanta and I said, I'm going to build Atlanta up like LA, because our event was nowhere near California's event. I was like, whoa, this is different. It's fire. And I came back to Atlanta and I was like, I'm going to bring as much people to these events that I possibly can. I'm going to bring as much people to this fire that we have here as I possibly can. Because I could have went there and been like, yo, Atlanta, we ain't got this. I suck out here. I can't move to LA, blah, 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 blah. But no, perspective is everything. How are you looking at the situations? How are you looking at the troubles and the whatever else that's going on in your life right now? How are you looking at your Herbalife business? Are you making excuses saying you ain't got no iPad, you ain't got no laptop, so you can't watch? And this is not even a joke. You can't watch the Zoom calls from your phone. You can't watch the Zoom call. You can't, what is the other thing? Not the Zoom. Oh, personal development. You can't watch the personal development video from your phone because people be calling you. Who cares? Put your phone on Do Not Disturb and watch the personal development. Like, get on the Zoom call. Really, like, how are you looking at the situation in your life, and are you making excuses or are you making a way? Are you making excuses about the fact that you can't really do, well, you can actually, you can do face-to-face. Are you making excuses about the fact that you can't start that fit camp right now powerfully the way you wanted to? Are you making a way? You really get to sit there and ask yourself these questions, because there is a way at the end of the day. There is. People have shown you, people have made it work. So yeah, moving on forward, and I'm going to fast forward in my journey because I really just wanted to start the first 15 minutes of the call off with that. Y'all, I said yes to the opportunity. I said yes to myself. I told myself that I was going to be able to go full-time, and I'm really sharing this part of my story specifically for anyone who wants to go full-time in Herbalife. Because I've been having a lot of conversations with people who want to go full-time in Herbalife, and it's very, very possible. Type a 1 in the chat if you would love to be able to set your own schedule, be your own boss, go on the vacations, breathe when you feel like it, take a break and go cook a meal when you feel like it. What else do we get to do over here? Pretty much whatever you want. Work from wherever. Those of you who don't know, we've taken plenty. I took a 2-week trip to Thailand and grew my business while I was there. We took a 1-week trip to Miami, grew our businesses while we were there. Actually, 1 month, I traveled the entire month. I went to New York, I went to Miami, I went to Virgin Islands, and grew my business. It actually was one of the best business months that I ever had in the business was that month. And I was never at home. So I ask y'all again, type a 1 in the chat if that's something that you would ever want to do. And if you type the 1 in the chat, then I'm talking to you right now. It starts with decision and then it ends with massive action. Okay? I decided that I was going to go full time. And y'all know I say this all the time, don't decrease the goal, increase the effort. I could have said, I'm going to go full time in 1 year, but no, I wanted to go full time by the end of that year. And that was 8 months away. And I said, I don't know what it's going to take. I don't care what it's going to take, but I'm going to go. And I'll actually tell y'all what happened was I started a 90-day plan. And it included these same exact things that are on the 90-day plan sheet that everybody in this chat should have. Everybody on this call should have. Or any kind of 90-day plan that you and your teams are following. It doesn't matter what it is. But the purpose of the 90-day plan is to really not neglect any area. That's why it has your personal result goals on there, things to strengthen that. It has your business. It has following up with your clients. It has all of that stuff, because that way you don't neglect any area of your Herbalife business or any area of your personal result, and you just win every single day and repeat. Find new ways to win every single day and repeat. That's all I did. Was I found new ways to win every single day and I repeated it. And then I found success in the small daily disciplines, literally just doing the same things over and over and over again and winning at them to the point where they became like natural. It's natural for me to wake up and do personal development. It's natural for me to have shake tea and tabs. It's natural for me to go reach out to people on social media or in person or whatever the case may be. It's natural. It's natural for me to do face-to-face every single where that I go. If your goal is to be full-time Herbalife, start showing up as a full-time Herbalifer now. Don't wait until you're full-time Herbalife to be full-time Herbalife. That's like saying, if your goal is to have a lot of money, learn what to do with your money right now to prepare for the money that's to come. Because like we always say, God don't bless no mess. How are you going to go full-time Herbalife if you don't even know how to do it part-time? Figure out how to be your own boss, y'all, because I'm not going to be up here and be like, y'all, it's super easy. Oh, all you got to do is blah, blah, blah. No, it's actually harder because you don't have somebody over your head like, you got to do this by this time. You got to have this checklist done, da, 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 da. You are that somebody that has to control you. So start doing that now. Get real clear on getting 100% or more on the 90-day plan sheet every single day. And like, I'm saying like the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, this is not acceptable. You gotta be okay with doing 100% is the floor if you wanna be full-time in this business. And I don't care if it's this year or next year or in a couple of months, whatever the case may be. But let that be the floor. And I'm not saying make Herbalife your whole entire life, don't have fun. But in the time that you have allotted for Herbalife, it's not about having more time. It's about what you're doing with the time that you do have. I'm gonna say that again. It's not about having more hours in your day. It's about when you're clocked in, and that's it. I could give you 15 more hours and your numbers would probably look the same because you probably BS during those hours that you have. But if you have a strong 6 hours clocked in, and then you do little things here and there, because I'm not going to sit here and act like we're just like, no, we have a strong 6 hours, 8 hours, whatever, clocked in, depending on the day it is. And then when the call get on, we on the call. When it's time to work out, we working out. When it's time to enjoy each other, and I'm talking about me and Seven, we're enjoying each other. It's all about what you do within that time. Because when you go to work, you do your work at work. And then when you go home, you're not doing your work no more. Your boss is not over your head for most of y'all when you get home. And I'm looking at Christina, your boss is not on your couch like, hey, you need to go clean those people's teeth real quick. No, you're not clocked in anymore because you already did what you had to do while you were at work. So get really, really strict on yourself and start being your own boss now so that you're set up for being your own boss in the future. Everything that you're doing right now, I don't care if you don't see the result today. I don't care if you don't see the result next week or tomorrow. You're setting yourself up for the future you. Care about the future you. Take care of the future you. Take care of the future you for your family, for your finances, for your whatever it is that's important to you in your life. So I really wanted to share my story and how I kind of went full time. It's all about mindset. If you didn't take anything else from that, understand that it's about mindset and perspective. Because when things get rough, you have to have perspective. And originally it starts off with mindset. What is your mindset like going into your day? What is your mindset like going into your week? What is your mindset like going into your business in general? Okay. If everyone's clear on that, can I get a 5-5 in the chat so that we can move on to the next topic? Because I really want to make sure that we're clear on how to go full-time and what we need to do with ourselves and with our businesses and understanding that everything starts with you. Cool. So like I said, a lot of jam-packed things into the next hour. So the next thing that I want to talk about, because there are a lot of new people on this call right now, and a lot of people have been dropping like their PayPal bloops in the chat, and $1,000 I think Danica had last month or something, probably over that. Alexis just dropped $2,000 in the chat from her PayPal, and it's kind of like, okay, but how do we do that? Right? For the new people, they're like, Erica, you laughing? You're probably like, okay, that looked nice. Somebody teach me real quick. So what I wanted to show y'all, and specifically for my new people, and if you're not new, you're taking notes because guess what? You got new people, right? Or you're going to have a new person who wants to earn $500 for their phone bill and for their power bill and whatever other bills they got. And you got to be able to show them. That's why we get on these calls. So I wanted to break down what a $500 retail profit looks like. And then I'm going to go into what we do with group when we have the clients and kind of go into the flow. Cool. So you're a brand new distributor. So we're starting at distributor, $500 retail. How are we going to earn it? The first thing is, y'all, be on the products yourself so that you can tell other people about the products. If you're new, add a new product every single month, because it's going to be hard for you to put somebody on a $200 full plan if you're not on the full plan yourself. I want y'all to start like really, and also it's going to be hard for you to put anybody on a $200 plan if you're making assumptions about what they can or cannot afford. Put the value behind the products. How do you do that? By building confidence within yourself. Okay, cool. We got that. Great. So now we can start. 4 new clients on a $200 plan. That's going to push you to senior consultant, or your new distributor to senior consultant. Is a 4 clients on a $200 plan. If somebody, listen, $200 plan could be milkshake protein rebuild, milkshake protein, tea aloe. Y'all know the flush that we do. Tea aloe, probiotic, and fiber. It's like my favorite plan. Everybody gets on it. Milkshake protein, Prolesa, whatever products you're recommending your clients. 4 clients on a $200 plan is going to get you or your new person to senior consultant. That's going to be a little bit over $100 profit as well. That's $100 of our $500. And now we're a senior consultant. Then boom, 4 more clients. We're talking to more people. We're asking our clients for referrals. Our new clients are telling their family members about us. We're doing really, really great follow-up, what you're going to talk about. And then we have 4 new clients on a $200 plan. That's about $150 profit. So now we're at $250 profit. We got 8 new clients. We're following up with our people. And now we're also at senior consultant. At qualified producer, my bad. So 4 new clients, $200 plan. We're at senior consultant. Another 4 new clients, $200 plan. Now we're at minimum. We're actually past qualified producer, by the way. I'm just giving you like the basics. All right. So out of those 8 people, we're going to start inviting people to the call, right? We already started that, but now we have a clientele who love the products. We can introduce them to the call, and I'm going to encourage your new people and yourself, right, to get 1 or 2 distributors as soon as you can. Here's the reasons why. 1, you get to help somebody else earn income. 2, you get to become a better leader while teaching them, because a lot of the stuff I learned while getting 1,000 questions from Tay, while getting 1,000 questions from Marissa years ago. Like literally a lot of the stuff I learned is from my team members needing to know the answer. Because anybody ever had to go through something, you'd be like, dang, I ain't never had that happen with my PayPal. I don't know what to do. Your client threw up from the what? You learn from your team members asking you questions. I'm sure Seven and all these other leaders who are on here, Mo, can agree with me. You learn from your team members asking you questions. So that's why I need you to go out and get 1 or 2, because I promise you're going to learn a whole lot. Outside of that, of course, your team members' volume goes towards your volume. You're building a team, you're building an empire, you're building a legacy, and we're building towards you going full-time Herbalife. Okay? So we're at qualified producer now. We got 2 new distributors, and we're going to show them exactly what to do. Show them how you got those 8 clients. Invite them to the call, all that good stuff. Now we're going to, again, we're following up. We're reaching out to new people. We're following our 90-day plan. And now we have 6 new clients on a $200 plan. This is going to push us to supervisor. 6 new clients on a $200 plan. This is going to push us to supervisor. And this is also going to surpass the $500 retail. We're actually at $550 retail at minimum. So I'm going to repeat what I just said one more time. 4 new clients on a $200 plan pushes us to senior consultant. 4 new clients on a $200 plan, again, pushes us to qualified producer. We're getting new distributors. We're moving, we're grooving. We're showing everybody what to do. We're plugging them into the same things that we're plugged into, like the calls and the chats and everything like that. Then we're going to get 6 new clients on a $200 plan. That's going to push us to supervisor and push our profit to over $550. So that let me tell you everything that we just did within that 1 month of building that. We're building a check because we're getting distributors, right? We're able to show our distributors how we just earned $500 because you're able to show somebody if you do it first. Again, just like getting a result. I can show somebody how to lose 25 pounds because I lost 25 pounds. I can show somebody how to earn $500 because I earned $500. I literally can show you the breakdown because I did it too. So that's what's happening all the way up until we get to supervisor. And now we get to kind of follow the flow. What are we doing with our clients now? So we got all these clients, right? And this kind of goes into get, keep, and develop. We got all these clients now, and now we get to show our new distributor or ourselves, depending on who's listening, how to keep them. Type a 1 in the chat if you have a client web for the month of May already. Yeah, that's what month we're in. Like you already created your web for the month of May. Kim got her May web. Cassia got her May web. Y'all got your May webs in the camera. That's what I'm talking about, okay? Success leaves clues too. Tay got 12K. Tay got her May web in the camera. Y'all, after you get all these clients, it's gonna be real hard to keep up with people and follow up with people if you don't create some kind of system where you're following up with people. Success leaves clues. Me and Seven personally use the web. We are obsessed with our webs. When Seven can't find her webs, the whole house is upside down. So I say that to say, create you a web or create you, I know some people like, you know, things that are on the computer because that's just personally what you preference. Cool. Find you some kind of system that keeps up with these clients and these distributors. Anybody, and you could be completely honest, ever been like, nah, I'm gonna make a web when I got more clients. I'm gonna make a structure when I got more people to put on it. Come on, be honest. Type a 1 in the chat. So I can fire y'all ass up. No, I'm just joking. But really though, let go of that mindset. In order to have abundance, you have to prepare for it. Don't wait until you got it all picture perfect. Blah, blah, blah. It's never gonna be like that. Create your May web now. Manifest how many names you want on it. I personally would say create your May web and at the top put the goals. That way, every single time you write a name on there, you can physically see what the goals are for the month. So it can fire you up to go get done what you need to get done. Go create your May web. Do not, and write a line for distributors. Seven was just talking about this the other day. We are all capable of building a big team. That was yesterday. Wow, these days be long. That was just yesterday. Wow. Okay, we are all capable of building a very, very big team. Get the piece of paper out and go ahead and create your May web. Don't wait until it's whatever. And the reason why is because what happens is, and y'all see in the videos that we dropped of the client web, we have our clients, we have our preferred members, and we have our distributor line. Those clients, we get to convert them to preferred members. The preferred members, we get to convert them to distributors. And I'm not saying everyone's gonna go, but we get to, when we do our follow-up, we already know what the conversation looks like. I'll go to my April web, let's just say, because I don't have any retail, actually I do have retail clients on my May web, but I'll go to my April web and I'll see that I have 8 clients who aren't preferred members. Great, I get to follow up with them. Hey girls, week 3 on your products. Just checking to see how everything's going. Before we place your next order, because I know you're probably about to go to my site and do it, I wanna make sure that we get you set up as a preferred member so you can save some money. Save money, what? And then it goes from there. But I already know that what kind of conversation I'm about to have because I already have my May web out, and I'm not gonna forget anybody either because every single name is on the list. Y'all, even if you have, has anyone ever had 5 clients and forgot about somebody? It don't matter if you got 5 clients or 50 clients. When things are written down and you have a structure, it's much easier to do. And also, how are we gonna prepare for 50 clients if we can't keep up with the 5? If we can't actually, like, and the 50 clients is on our way to being full-time, right? You got to start treating your business like you're full-time if you ever want to go full-time. Treat it like you're full-time now. Move like you're full-time now. Is everyone clear on how to get themselves to that $500 retail and supervisor and start building a team in 1 month? And how to set up their new person to get that $500 retail start building a team, and get to supervisor in that 1 month. Cool. Okay. Now what we're going to do is, now that we have a team, now that we have these preferred members, now that we have, like, we're building clientele and we're doing all that, and y'all, there's no limit on how many clients, there's no limit on how many preferred members, there's no limit on how many distributors that you can go out and get. If you want to be full-time Herbalife, you get to figure out, hey, how much do I need? I need $3,000 a month. Great. The more, the better. Go help more people. That's all this business is about, helping people and then getting rewarded for it in different ways. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into a very short BizWorks training, because what?
Annie, look at the question in the chat first.
Don't we have to wait until they complete the challenge? Where's she at? Because I'm about to unmute. Because I want to understand what you're asking. Go ahead.
Hey y'all, I'm Mariah. So I'm trying to figure out if you get them on a $200 plan, they're using the products for over a month. Do you want to stair step them into the distributor part? That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. So you're saying, do we want to stair step them into becoming a distributor?
Yeah.
Okay, no. Let me tell you something. Honey, I'm gonna mute you real quick. Okay. So y'all, present the opportunity. The thing about it is, the 21-day challenge tomorrow, we're gonna drop a link and everyone's gonna be invited to the opportunity call anyway. They're gonna be presented the business opportunity anyway. I personally tell people, if you're interested in the business opportunity, go ahead and start talking to people. And then I tell them to let me know when they're ready. Of course, I do my normal follow-up because I use my web, but you don't have to wait until a certain amount of time. What I personally like to do is I wait until they're confident to do the business, because I don't want to pull anybody's teeth. You never want to pull anybody's teeth to do the business. Okay? You want to show them, you want to tell them, and you want to encourage them and inspire and motivate them. But outside of that, we're not pulling anybody's teeth to do the business. So I would let them decide. Are you ready? Is that something? Are you ready to go out and earn some income? I can tell you, I can plug you into the car, I can do all of that, but it's completely up to them of when they're ready. So to answer your question, no, you don't have to stair step into the business. I'm looking for your camera so I can get a head nod from you, but I cannot find. Oh, there you go. Found you. Okay, we're cool. You understand that? Did I answer your question? Okay, great. And that was a good question. By the way, if anybody has any questions, you can definitely put them in the chat. I'm gonna pass it over to Seven so she can go over BizWorks and the importance and how everybody should have it and all of that good stuff.
Ooh. Hey, what's up, you guys? So, first and foremost, my name is Seven, current Global Expansion Team member. I have been in the business for a year and a half, and Global Expansion Team is actually changing really quick, although the pin just came. Like Annie said, our teams are actually on fire. Bravehearts on their way to President's Team First Cut. Diamonds on their way to President's Team First Cut. And before we go into the BizWorks, I just wanted to say how, like me and Annie have two very different stories, but one thing is similar, just knowing that it's available, knowing what's available for you, knowing that you can have it. And I remember when I first got into the business, you guys, and I seen Annie checking BizWorks, and I was like, hey, what's that? Because like she said, you know, sometimes you don't have all the questions that you need. You gotta have to be able to ask. So if you ever see somebody doing something and they're an Herbalife distributor and you want to know, just say, hey, what's that? Literally, hey, what's that you're doing? They will always want to teach you. They'll always want to show you what's available. So when I seen her running BizWorks, I said, hey, what's that? Mind you, Annie at the time is a Global Expansion Team member. She has a really huge team, and she shows me that she's running her level changes. This is one of my first, I think it was like my first 2 weeks in the business. And I said, okay, like I wanted to know I wanted to watch her use it because I knew that I wanted a big team. Like we said, preparing for abundance. So it's those things that you want to learn, which is supervisor volume plus and blah, blah, blah. Because if you're going to get people to supervisor, you also want to help them get clients and help the things that are to come. But you have to prepare and have some type of structure. Talent isn't duplicatable, but structure is. Write that down. Talent is not duplicatable, but structure is. So you may able to get all the way to millionaire team on your talent, but you're going to have somebody that can come in and cannot get to senior consultant unless you have some type of structure set up for them. So learning BizWorks is starting to create your structure. So what does it look like for 2 global expansion team members, one being Get 2.5, one being Get declaring president's team? It means preparing for what is to come. It means doing the things that are structured. It means knowing that it's available with no limits. So when we go into this training, I'm saying that because I don't want you to place any limits on yourself. I want you to say, my team is coming, the abundance is coming, and it could all be coming right now, you guys. Literally, it could be coming right now, this second, depending on what you're doing in your day-to-day or a decision that you make after this call. To not decrease any goal that you have, but to increase the effort. So I'm gonna make sure that my screen is on my Herbalife before I share my screen. And if you haven't already, just write somewhere on your paper like manifest. And what will your team look like? Who will it be compiled of? Where will y'all be going within the next 2 to 3 months? What will be going on? So you're gonna write down manifest, because what is that team gonna look like? I knew for sure I wanted a team of strong women, and they would attract the men. I knew it wasn't personally probably gonna be me. I want a team of strong women. What does my team look like? What does it feel like when we reach the stage as president's team? What will we be wearing? Melania can tell you, I always say all white, because I knew when we reach president's team, which is soon, that I want my whole team to be in all white, walking together, because I've seen the vision of it from somebody else. So what will your team look like? What will it feel like? What will this daily work mean to you? Right? Because this is what makes the small daily disciplines make sense. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, you guys, so that you guys can see what's going on. So if you didn't know, this banner right here at the front will literally tell you everything that's going on. This is a welcome back promotion, the Hive, the new thing that they have, how to be a supervisor, some trainings, the 90-day VIP promotion. This is all at the top. So what you're gonna wanna do is go to BizWorks over here on the left-hand side. If you are not if you haven't registered already, it will ask you to register your account. You'll register your account, you guys. So what we're gonna go in right now is, write on your paper how to track non-supervisor level changes. Okay? How to track non-supervisor level changes. So I'm gonna go to non-supervisor volume plus. Step 1, go to BizWorks. Step 2, go to non-supervisor volume plus. And when I say everybody, I want everybody to be able to write this down, because when y'all see the track and drop from all the leaders, this is where it comes from. And if you have a brand new person, you wanna be able to show this to them. So personally, I'm going to run all levels, you guys, because we have a lot of levels on our team. And what you can do is, tracking for SC means tracking for senior consultant. Tracking for QP means tracking for qualified producer. Tracking for SP means supervisor. So if you're brand new, even if you're seasoned, write those abbreviations down. SC means senior consultant, 500 volume points. QP means qualified producer, 1,000 volume points. SP means supervisor, 2,000 volume points. Now, what you can do is, now that, is everybody paying attention? Melania, I can see your face, so I kind of say, yeah, okay. So this button down here is called a widget. You're gonna click on it, and let's just say you have a new person that just sold 2 boxes of liftoff. So they probably have about 20 volume points. So I'm gonna change this number to 480, because I wanna see how far they are from their promotion. This means they only have 20 volume points, documented volume. So when if I click this number, it'll show me all of those names. And then what do we wanna go to? The volume required. When I see this, I'm able to see that Danielle is 108 points until she's reached her level change. Keisha is 200 points until she reached the senior consultant, because we're at the level of senior consultant. Is this making sense for everybody? Whose camera is this? Erica? Yeah, it's making sense. Emily, it's making sense. Berea, it's making sense. Everybody? You gotta write. If it's not making sense, if you can write it in the chat box, because I can't see like y'all. Go back 1 step, please. Okay, cool. So we right here at senior consultant. It takes 500 volume points to get to senior consultant. So if I put 500 in here, it's gonna be all of my people that have never reached a level change yet, which is fine. but I'm gonna do 480 because that means they've done some sort of volume within the last 1 to 2 months. I'm gonna click on the numbers so I can see who those 28 people are. And this is how I see their name. And this is how I see how much volume they have to do this month until they reach their promotion. Now, your volume every month starts over on 0, yes, but promotions are consecutive 1 to 2 months. So January, February, March, April, May. Does that make sense for the person that just asked that question? Charlie, does that make sense? Yes? Okay, cool. So now, it's the same thing for qualified producer. I can see people that are 400 points away because remember, qualified producer is 1,000 points. And if I click, it's gonna show me their name and it's gonna show me how much volume is required until they hit their promotion. So when your sponsor hits you up and say, hey, Brittany, you're only 181.85 from your promotion. Remember how Annie just broke down the volume? You can show her how to do those exact packages so that they can make it happen. And Katie, to answer your question, right now we're in May. So it's April and May. It's gonna be the month before and the month now. So it's April and May. And then once we move to May, it's May and June. Like if you were in June, it's the month before. So right now we're in May. So April counts towards your volume and May counts towards your volume. Does that make sense? I'm looking at all my new people. So if you're new, yeah. If you're not a World Team member, can you shake your head? Yes. So I can know we're making sense. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Great. So what you're also able to do is see new distributors that are on your team. It's the 5th. It's already 10 new distributors. That's crazy. But already 10 new distributors. So what you want to do as a sponsor, of course, is reach out to all 10 of these people, even if they're not yours, because that means that they're on your team. And you want to introduce yourself. Yes. No. Latika, so let me tell y'all how the month goes, because I think this is getting confusing for people. If you're in May, whatever month you're in, your month is from the volume previously and from the volume now for all promotions that are from senior consultant to supervisor. So it's 1 month back plus the month you're in now. So we're in May. So it's April and May. Latika, does that make sense? But you're a supervisor now, so your next promotion doesn't apply to this part. Correct. And in April and May, and then in June, it will be May and June. Correct. So you're always gonna be going a month behind plus the month you're in now. Now, what we're gonna go over last, you guys, is these are your preferred members that are next to their next promotion, because preferred members can have level changes as well. I can message Dale and say, hey, you have a preferred member that is about to get a 35% increase. Let's contact them. So you also want to run your preferred members that are within 100 points of silver as well. So I'm going to stop this share and I see, do we have any questions? I think we kind of got the 1 to 2 month thing down pat. Everybody, let me see somebody that's brand new on here. Coco, we got the 1 to 2 month thing down pat. Did it make sense for you? Yes? Great. So I had wanted to go into something real quick, you guys. As far as how Annie talked about gaining your clients, and of course we want to have our level changes. Of course we want to, you know, show the volume points and stuff like that, but understand that people, you will have people's lives in your hands. They are not transactions. Write that down. People are not transactions. And I say that because you want to be moving out of inspiration and not desperation. We are life changers. We only do 3 things. We use the products. Actually, we did 4 if you count what Annie says. We use the products. We talk about the products. We wear the brand and we learn. If you're moving out of desperation and you like, oh, I see all these boots dropped in the chat. I need to get somebody now. Hey, sign up on this. And you don't even know what you're telling people to sign up for, or you're sounding, or like your body language, or your clients can tell that. They can tell if you just want them to hurry up and sign up, not as if you actually care. You never want to give off that energy. What do you want to give off the energy as? An open door. Write this down. I will be the Chick-fil-A of Herbalife. And I say that because I had a client tell me that. And I think it was one of the biggest compliments I've ever gotten, because I said, wow, Chick-fil-A got some good service. Have you ever been to Chick-fil-A? They be like, hi, how may I help you? They actually have runners now that run to your car and take your order and get it for you. And I'm not saying you got to log in and do your clients' orders and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is, what she ended up saying is, 7, you always give me all options. You work within my budget. I never feel like you're pressed for money. And you're always there to help me and help me on my plan, whether I'm on or off of my products. So what does that mean, not treating somebody like a transaction? You may have a client that fell off of their plan, and they may not text you back because all you ever text them about is a re-up. And they're not ready to re-up on their products because they haven't used the ones that they have now. Or you may have somebody that is ready to be a distributor, but all you ever talk about is, you didn't send me your challenge pictures. You didn't send me your challenge pictures. Send me your challenge pictures. Are you being in the next challenge? And what they want to hear is, hey, how are you? Are you okay? Addressing your clients by their first name, not just sending a copy and paste to every single person, no name, not how you doing. So talking to them about more than just the products. Not saying you have to have a full blown out conversation, but something I learned from Annie is sending my clients personal development. Hey, this is something I listened to grow my mind today. I hope you're having a great day. Because what happens when you lead with love, it leads you to abundance. Those same clients will not, they'll listen to the video, they'll log in to get those products that you didn't even think that they was gonna get. And you'll get that message, I'm so glad that you check on me. That's what we wanna go for. I'm so glad that you care about me. That's what we wanna go for. Because after the recognition post is up and it's came back down, you wanna retain those clients that helped you get to that level, not just walk all over them. You wanna make sure that they're getting everything out of that they signed up for. And the first thing we wanna do with that is leading with integrity. If somebody comes to you and say, hey girl, can I get the Prolessa? The first question should be, hey, how did you hear about Herbalife? Because if that's Corinne been talking to them about the products, I need to direct them to Corinne. I can't wait to have you on the team. I'm gonna forward your information right now to Corinne. You guys, me and Annie do this as a married couple. Somebody can say, yeah, I learned about the products from Annie. I say, great, I'm about to send her your information. Funny thing is when you lead like that, I had somebody sign up on the products because Annie sent them back to me. Directly back to me. Hey, I wanna be in a challenge, da 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 da. She said, how did you hear about the product? She said, 7. Can I go ahead and get signed up? Annie said, hey, 7, this person ready to sign up. Can you message them? I messaged them. She signed up on the products that same day, $350 plan. And what did that show the client? That we lead in love. Because what happens is when we get the clients in, you guys, and then they've already talked to one person about the products, and now they're in a challenge, they get uncomfortable to even join the team because they're like, oh, I talked to Melania about the products, but I signed up with you, and then I got on the opportunity call, and I see it doesn't work like that. What do I do? Right? We want to be able to give people to be comfortable as our team. Lead with integrity. Lead with love. Love on our clients. Do y'all see what's going on here? It's the exact same thing of just adding value everywhere that you go. The reason of doing your client web is so that you don't forget about people that helped you earn that money. If you're happy when you got the money, be happy when you do the follow-up. If you're happy when you clap for somebody's congratulations post, be happy to send them back that client that they've been talking to for 6 months. You ever seen somebody hit supervisor and you're like, oh my God, woo! And then you close the supervisor and they client message you and you're like, okay, well, let me help you get signed up. No, just as happy as we was clapping for them in the chat, be just as happy to clap for them and send that client back to them because those were seeds that they planted. That it comes back to you. And if you plant seeds of knowing that you're not moving in the right direction, that's what you'll reap. If you plant seeds of adding value, that's what you'll grow. I truly and genuinely believe that the reason why our team is growing as fast as it is because I wake up daily and want to add value every single place that I go. I wake up, how can I help other people that aren't even on my team? I wake up and say, how can I help the Bravehearts get to president's team? I wake up and I say, how can I help everybody in Garen's organization get to their next level? I wake up and I say, if I got a client, let me drop how I got this client to help the next person. Even if I don't feel well, I'm in the chat. Why? Because there's somebody looking for me. That's leading in love, leading in abundance, you guys, and just making sure that we are taking care of not only ourselves, but our clients. And the reason why the topic of the call is building your fortune, because your fortune isn't in the retail sale. That's the money we need right now. Thankful to Herbalife for making that available. But the fortune is the lives that you change along the way that will forever be changed and help you along the way, because that's the value you decided to add as an Herbalife distributor. That's the Mark Hughes way. That's why you can't just jump from team to team and sign up with somebody else. It's the Mark Hughes way. It's leading with integrity. And all of these things that we manifest and that we want in these big teams that we're going to have, who on here wrote that there'd be some part of Tab Team by the end of the year? Well, Tab Team in 3 months for some of y'all. Tab Team cuts this month for some of y'all. We have to lead with that abundance. We have to lead with that love, because guess what? When your team needs to be able to show you vision, you got to bring that vision from the clearest place of your heart. You have to be able to. You don't have to. We get the opportunity to not be the rotten seed, but the seed of abundance, the seed of value, the seed of treating our clients correctly. If you got somebody on a $500 plan, please make sure they know how to use all $500 of those products. If you got somebody on a big old, you bloop, we dropping it, yeah! Be that excited when they message you and say, hey, can you call me and show me how to make my shake? Yes, I can. I don't care if they calling you at the store. My client called me earlier and said, hey, Seven, I'm doing a workout right now. She breathing, she out of breath. She said, I just want to know, how many rounds do I do? I said, girl, 3. Do you need anything else? Was it inconvenient for me to answer the phone at the time? Yes, but it wasn't inconvenient for me to get you signed up on products. So let me be inconvenient so that I can convenience the people that I promised to change their life. Is it crazy to follow up me and Annie over here with these April webs, following up with who knows how many people, 30,000 and 40,000 worth of documented volume? But you have to be available to want to help those people. You have to want to be inconvenienced. Sit in front of your computer and do your follow-ups all day. Get on the phone all day. Talk to your team all day. All the questions all day. And so that's what I wanted to go ahead and make sure that I led with you guys as far as BizWorks, fortune, and follow-up. It all starts with how you decide to show up in this business. One thing that's going to be in common in all calls is mindset. Mindset, mindset, mindset. How far you go in this business is going to be mindset, mindset, mindset. Because guess what? Nobody's going to tell you that you can't do it. Nobody. Virgin Islands Fit Couple can be President's Team 2020 this year, on the way. Which means Marissa, which is on here, will be President's Team 2020 on the way. Which means Annie that's on here will be President's Team Senior Executive, because I know Tay on the way too. So that means it'll be President's Team 2 Diamonds, because nobody is saying that they can't. But it starts with how we all get to show up. That's how it starts. It's the mindset. It's the love. It's the love and the follow-up. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and pass it back over to Annie. I hope you guys got a lot of value out of that section. If you ever want to know how I keep, retain my clients, is because I love them for more than a volume point. I don't look at my clients as a volume point. I look at it as somebody's life that I was aligned to change, and it takes me to change it, period. Because if they was for somebody else, they would have been signed up with somebody else. But it's up to me. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. And I have to be the one to do it. Does anybody have any questions about, does anybody have any questions so far? This is a question answer. We're open up for anything. you have a question about follow-up, if you have a question about anything that we discussed. Does anybody have a question? Feel free to drop it in the chat or raise your hand under participants.
Going once.
I'm about to say turn up like super.
Going twice. All questions are good questions.
Every single one. No questions? Cool. So with that being said, how do I make a web? Amber Kennedy, I'll actually send you an exact video because you got like 10 PMs. I'll send you a video to directly send you how to make a web. Katie, can you type your question in the chat? Yes, no, unmute. I can't, I'm about to try and come to you real quick. I wouldn't let me raise my hand. Got you. I'm about to come unmute you in just a second. Go ahead, what's your question?
Okay, so with the client follow-ups, I know it's one client that I have with like a strict budget, and like it'll always change. So maybe it'll be like at 70, then it'll go to like 120, and then it'll go back. How do I balance that out? Because with what they want, with what the results they have, the results they want, the products that they're asking for, it's at the highest one. But how do I like help her like determine which one will be best for her? Because I show her her wellness profile, and she's still real iffy. She's like undecided.
Got it. Love that question. So what I love to do, y'all, is like I said, Chick-fil-A or Herbalife. I love to show you all options and then let you know which products work best together. And then I let you decide. Because for one, I can't count your pockets. And for two, you be about to do something and then something random come out your account. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one, but it'd be like, whoa, didn't know that that bill was coming out today for $300. Okay, so I know I just had a $500 budget, but we're gonna have to bring it down to $100 because that's all I have left. So I present people with all options that's available. So if you got somebody that's on a big weight loss and you like shake protein, tea aloe, prolesa, probiotic, active fiber, and then they say, okay, well, I only got $100, Seth. I'm still gonna explain to you all the products. Let you know that they can come out, that we can add them on at a later time. Because you don't wanna run a customer away because you want them on a big package and that's not what they're ready for. Especially if you have somebody that's working with a budget and they're telling you your budget, you don't want to keep pushing them out of it. So show them what's available. Let them know that you can help them add on at a later time. You can always add whenever you're ready. Always put that whenever you're ready. You can always add on additional products. And then on top of that, you guys, what I like to do is if I send them all the products and we come up with a plan, I say, please screenshot me your cart before you check out. Right? Reason being is because if we put them on a budget, we send them the products and the SKU numbers, and then they got shake and tea, no aloe. We got to change something around because we all know that aloe tastes best with the tea, right? So I need to make sure that I'm customizing your plan to best fit your goals and your budget. How can I customize your plan to best fit your goals and your budget? Did you have something, babe? Okay. Annie just dropped, if I'm not mistaken, the how to make a web. And Tay just asked how to do customer direct. Is the video on that too? Yes, I'll drop that. And we're gonna drop the video on how to do a customer direct. So with that being said, you guys, one second. I'm about to, I gotta get to something. I'm about to share my screen, y'all. It's about to be crazy. So when I share my screen, y'all make sure y'all don't screenshot and stuff because it hasn't actually happened yet. So if it starts getting posted all crazy on the web, we'll probably get in trouble. So I'm about to share my screen. Oh, wow. So this is coming up available. Y'all know these people. This is coming up available, and the reason why I show y'all that is because our upline president's team on his way to 40K. Kim looking like, wow, Sev, I can't believe you just popped that up on the screen and we can't screenshot. Yeah, so these things are coming available. As y'all seen, it said Annie Buffin's First Cut Press, 7 First Cut President's Team. And the thing is that it is possible. I wish I can show y'all how many messages I have in my phone from president's team members reaching down like, hey, y'all are going crazy. This is about to happen, blah, 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 blah. So what does that mean? It means the doors are open for everything leading up to that and more and beyond, meaning that it's available for everybody. So the reason why I said manifest is because one of the big things that helped me with level changing is figuring out how much did I want to add to help Steven get to his next level. Whew. I was like, I had to think about where was I at before Herbalife? How did this opportunity help me? What was it that was going on in my mind, or what was that place, or what has it helped me with, whether it's a weight loss, weight gain, mental, Fitz done gave you some money. I know from Mo, she talked about getting groceries for her grandparents. Y'all, last night I built a relationship with my mother that I never had before. Opened up to my mom like I never did before. I had the most honest conversation with her ever. And it like literally opened up a whole new piece of my mind and in my heart. Something I've been holding on to since I was a kid. And that's something that Herbalife did for me. So when I manifest how much do I want to add to my sponsor's growth, I'm like, man, I'm really changing my life right now. And I'm changing the lives that are to come after me. And I'm changing the lives for my future family. So when y'all want to know why VI Fit Couple goes so hard for Brave Hearts, is they got a baby sitting right there that son came through Herbalife, that'll be raised through Herbalife, and that's going on right now. We got 3 shy people in the camera, Christina, Corinne, Danica. All 3 of them were super shy. Now they not so shy. They all over there smiling, happy accountability partners. We got Tay. Y'all see she bought London a brand new bed. So with me saying that is when you're manifesting your own level change, what value do you want to add to what's about to come? What value do you want to add to that? How do you want to show up? Like Annie said, showing up that 100% full time, showing up for what's available. Because as people say, if you can't get there, get your sponsor there and get the door open. I can't get to a chairman's club meeting, so I definitely need to get Steven there. How can I get Steven there? Because I know I can't get to a chairman's club meeting right now, but I'm going to make sure that he get there first so that I can get there next. If you sitting right there right now, the world team member, you like, can I triple cut? Yes, it's available because you've seen somebody do it on our team. Can you go to active world team to first cut millionaire team in a year? Yep, because I did it too. So you can do it too. It's available for you. Can you go from the beginning of the year making whatever to right now making over $10,000? Yes, you can. Earning over $10,000? Yes, you can. It's available for you. But you get to decide right now how to show up. And the part of not leading out of desperation is doing the daily work now. If you wait until the end of month, do not get thirsty. Understand that you're reaping the seeds that you planted. And I'm saying do not get thirsty because remember your clients feel that. So the work starts now. End of month isn't necessarily easy, but it's not desperate if you do the work right now. It's the 5th. Have you already decreased your goal? For everybody that said 2,500 by the 5th, the night isn't over. Don't decrease your goal. Supervisor by the 15th, don't decrease your goal. Because then what happens? We get desperate, EOM, and then at the beginning of the month, we tired, exhausted, drained. Stay in, like you just heard from a brand new world team member on her way to active world team. Stay in momentum, do the work now. Build up right now. Even if it's not fun, do the follow-up now. Follow your 90-day plan now. Make your goals happen now. Why? Because your future self will thank you. Never did I wrote it down on a paper at the beginning of this year before I started the whole manifesting the president's team thing that I needed 65 supervisors to get to millionaire teams. And I just started writing them down. I'm like, okay, well, I got a new supervisor this month. We got to First Cut Millionaire team with 18 supervisors. 18. But it was from the work of saying that I needed to get 65. In the work in January, not knowing if it's available or not. From the work of active world team saying this one I'm going to do right now, and when it comes, it's going to come. And I'm going to be ready. So if you wanted those 50 clients, if they dropped in your lap right now, would you be ready? Those 10 supervisors you want to get to active world team, would you be ready? Because if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. I'm gonna let Annie give us a nice close out. Y'all, I hope y'all took some good notes. I told y'all we was gonna pack a lot of information into an hour. And we always say this, and I'm gonna just repeat it one more time for y'all. All we ask is no thank yous in the chat. No, well, we want the thank you still, however you feel. But the best way that you can say thank you is to go and apply these things to your business and come into Herbalife and get what you came in here for. Take advantage of the opportunity. I know it sounds crazy. You only paid $94 for this. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy, everything that you got out of this so far? But take advantage and go pay it forward to somebody else. Go help somebody else feel how you feel on an everyday when you wake up and you have shaken tea, or when you wake up and you get in the chats in the sacred morning and you do your personal development. Go pay it forward and go have somebody else and bring somebody else into this and help them feel the same way that we get to feel every single day. Like Seven said, manifest. Manifest the goals, manifest the team, manifest the people. Encouraging everybody to go do that before they go to bed tonight. I love y'all so much. And if you want to get on Sarah and Kenny's call, they will be going over tracking your organization. Cool. So we're going to head it on over to that call and go suck up some more free nuggets. Suck up some nuggets.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys. Please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, Chum! Hey, Chum! Oh, oh my God. I'm about to cry. Y'all know I'm not. I love y'all. See y'all on the other call.
Love y'all.
Eating Zakia. What are you eating?
What?
What are you eating? What's up? What are you chewing on?
Real quick.
The 24-hour brownie thingy.
Oh, okay. Cause you so got it all in your teeth and stuff. You like.